Da bin ich. Mit der 4. Folge Slay the Princess.
You're on a path. You're
Ja.
here.
So. Genau, ich wollte einfach umdrehen. Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're
Yes.
just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Oh boy, also direkt so viele Optionen, okay. Okay. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
That's correct.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
That's strange.
What?
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Ich habe Angst, dass das jetzt hier doch keine Lösung ist. Aber vielleicht, wenn ich persistent bleibe. Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Mhm. Quietly continue down the path.
Your silence is deafening.
Mhm.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Oh,
Would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
ja. Aber vielleicht muss ich ja einfach nur mich wiederholen und persistent bleiben. Oh yeah, well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me
Naja.
tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Mhm.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Sehr gut. Genau das wollte ich hören.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Könnten diese wooden structures vielleicht Bäume sein?
But as you focus
What?
on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Mhm. Jetzt bin ich mir schon mal sicher, dass ich hier einen richtigen Weg eingeschlagen habe. Es ist halt nur die Frage, wo er mich halt hinführt.
In every
Oh, no.
direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
There's always a lighthouse, etc.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Okay. Chapter 2, The Stranger. Sehr gut. Ich habe alles korrekt gemacht.
You're on a path
Ja.
in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Und im Hintergrund sehe ich irgendeine Art von Wand.
You're here to slay her.
Ja. I'm getting a terrible sense of déjà vu. If I can't turn away, nein, if I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. Stay in the woods forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Sagt das jetzt die... Hat sie überhaupt einen Namen? Die fast fertige Version der Prinzessin? Und jetzt habe ich keine Choice mehr, na gut. Aber jetzt sind ja Dinge anscheinend auch anders. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin.
A warning before you go
Ja,
any further.
dachte ich mir schon. Dass ich einfach eingezäunt werde. Oh Mann.
She will lie. She will cheat.
Ja.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe
Oh.
we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Natürlich heißt er der Contrarian.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Ja, das ist seine Aufgabe.
Let's keep an open mind.
Ja. Der Contrarian passt natürlich am besten zu mir, weil ich Dark Souls 2 am besten finde. Und auch Machine for Pigs am besten. Proceed into the cabin, etc.
The cabin interior is wrong.
Ah,
A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
ja, das hätte auch gut funktioniert, richtig in 3D. Das stelle ich mir gerade sehr gut vor.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
Ich finde es bis jetzt auch sehr passend, dass das hier anscheinend mein letzter Run wird. In so einer komischen Gegend.
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Ja, das ist eine sehr gute Frage. Wenn das Spiel einen schon darauf aufmerksam macht, dass das hier immer und wieder passiert.
You can't just say that. And when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action save the entire world.
Ja, Facts as Facts, abgesehen von dem Spiegel, den er nicht sieht.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Ich mag ihn nicht, den Contrarian.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
Ja,
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
ja habe ich hier irgendwann auch noch mal eine Choice oder
What you're
nicht?
seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all
Ja,
waiting for you to
whenever you're ready, aber ich komme ja hier zu nichts. Darf ich jetzt irgendwas auswählen? Okay. Ach, you didn't say anything about the mirror?
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Ja, ich habe ehrlich gesagt gar keine Ahnung, ob das überhaupt was bringt, den Spiegel jedes Mal anzusprechen oder ob das eher nur so eine One-and-Done-Sache ist, aber jetzt bin ich ja eh committed.
There's definitely a mirror.
Ja,
There isn't.
ja.
You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Please do. Oh. Remain silent.
I care about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous
Das
as a
hatten wir schon mal.
mirror, I'm not lying to you, I promise.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Ja.
But it was there a second ago.
Mhm.
And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Das stimmt natürlich, ja, da hat er recht. Nehme ich das Messer? Ich denke schon. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Mhm.
Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Schon wichtig, wie man ein Messer hält, weil, ne? Sonst kann das ja schnell gegen einen auch gerichtet werden. Obwohl es noch in der Hand ist. Hold the blade the other way. Oh, jetzt kommt hier der richtige Content.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations.
Dankeschön. Kommen jetzt die Credits?
Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Okay. Ich kann das Messer doch einfach wegwerfen. Ah! Das Icon hat sich auch entsprechend verändert. Sehr gut, sehr gut. Jetzt werfe ich es weg. Throw the blade out of the window.
Yes! Do it! Seriously.
Wow.
You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. This will be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends? Oh well. If the princess wasn't going to do it, the heat death of the universe was going to come for it eventually.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon.
What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Ist das etwa gerade gutes Writing, was hier passiert? Unglaublich.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Ja, und dann kommt wieder der repetitive Shit.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Ja, das kommt hin.
We don't even have a weapon.
Was? Warum das denn nicht?
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Oh. Take the center staircase.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere.
Mhm.
You
Oh, no.
concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. One foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
Mhm. Okay.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Wie gesagt, das ist anscheinend wirklich der beste Branch hier für das Endgame. Wenn es überhaupt das Endgame ist.
Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Naja, Long Forgotten, weiß ich nicht.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as... What
What?
the hell was that? What happened to us?
Ich habe anscheinend aus Versehen eine Sache weggeklickt, weil... Kacke. Oh. Moin?
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Mhm.
You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is. Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay. Don't
no.
worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him?
No.
Nah, let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
Komplett pointless, die ganze Diskussion, aber okay.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
Mal gucken.
Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Ja, ich glaube, das ist wirklich die richtige Entscheidung. Ähm... Das ist alles... Ha. Diese 3 Sachen hier sind alles eine? Entweder ist das ein Fehler oder das ist der richtige Weg, um sie aufzuteilen weiter. Ich drücke jetzt einfach drauf und ich lese es nicht alles vor.
Wait, that's not right.
Ja.
Go on. Take a step forward. Your
Yep,
foot lands,
3 neue.
but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Mhm.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Sehr gut.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone.
Hm.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
Ja, außer die Hände kommen jetzt aus dem Hintergrund.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Ja, looks uncomfortable.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
Mehr oder weniger, ja.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Sagt der Contrarian, okay. Soll mir das irgendwas sagen?
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Say nothing. Ja. Durchgespielt, würde ich sagen. Auch wenn ich das nicht wirklich glaube. Memory returns.
She's gone.
Ja.
And there's that mirror again.
Ja. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. But you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Huch. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Ein Rabe. Ein Rabe ist ja ein Symbol des Todes, was natürlich passt. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Ja. Okay. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glasses in two. Das ist mehr als nur 2, aber okay. And then another crack forms and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Oh, okay. Kriegen wir ja wohl jetzt ein bisschen Antworten, oder? What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Das könnte kaum lauter sein. Others like you, you've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different? Nicht so wirklich, meiner Meinung nach.
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Ja, was? Ist es restartet ist? Oder gehen wir dann in eine andere Welt? Weil dann würde Restart ja gar keinen Sinn ergeben, aber okay.
But you'll be awake soon.
Okay.
And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Das habe ich mir irgendwie gedacht. Ich muss auch sagen, das Bild, was man hier sieht, ist relativ interessant, weil der Spiegel sind eigentlich nicht die losen Stücke. Die losen Stücke sind eigentlich eher das Nichts hier. Okay. Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware. And if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Ja. Wenn ich ihn das frage, dann sagt er wieder wahrscheinlich nur die üblichen Sachen, aber ich mach's einfach. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
Okay, das war ein bisschen mehr Detail, als ich erwartet hätte. Schon mal gut.
And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Da wirklich viele Fragen. If you made me, then what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Long Quiet war aber der Name des Ortes, an dem ich bin, wenn die fast fertige Prinzessin auftaucht. Okay. God, I always knew I was special.
Yes, you are special.
Ja.
Unique even.
Oh.
And you still have a task that you need to do. And only you can do it.
Dass man so laut sein muss. Okay, der Satz ergibt nicht so wirklich Sinn. So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
Ja.
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really?
Ambiguity.
Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Why would you want to rid the world of death?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
Das ist natürlich eine gewagte Aussage, wenn man bedenkt, dass ich schon mehrmals gestorben bin. Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times. Aber dann argumentiert er wahrscheinlich sowas wie and yet you are still alive oder so.
You haven't. You flirted with dying.
Oh.
You've played pretend. But your consciousness is an unbroken stream.
2 Fragen haben wir noch. I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her.
Jetzt kommen hier die finalen Sachen, die wir sagen können. Jo. Das finde ich ist auch mal sehr schön, wenn man zweimal dieselbe Auswahl hat, aber eins davon ist halt die offensichtliche Lüge. I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Aber das muss ja eine wichtige Entscheidung getroffen sein, dass man den Narrator als einen Raben darstellt, aka, ne, ein Symbol des Todes. Aber dass er mir dann eben sagt, nee, die Prinzessin ist der Tod. Ja, vertrau mir. Vielleicht ist ja die Prinzessin das Leben. Das könnte gut sein. Weil wenn er der Tod ist, ich meine, er sagt mir ja ständig, töte Muddy, weil wichtig. Dann kommt nur so ein leises Geräusch. As in the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with new-found clarity. Naja, nicht wirklich. The narrator was right. Okay. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Okay. Proceed to the cabin one last time. Okay. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Oh boy.
I can finally see you.
Echt?
You can finally see me.
Stimmt. Ist sie jetzt, ich sag mal, die finale Prinzessin oder ist sie jetzt immer noch nur die Version von dem vorherigen Run? Ist halt schwer einzuschätzen.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Er heißt jetzt auch einfach nur Echo, okay. I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means. Can you explain it, please?
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound.
Okay.
A pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the Echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Irgendwie vertraue ich ihr nicht. Aber ich glaube, ich werde sie auch nicht töten. What happens now?
Ever the passive player.
Shut up.
Always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
It's woven into the game design because it's a visual novel. I can't do shit.
When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
Also hatte ich recht, wir sind doch eigentlich das Gleiche oder dasselbe.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final door?
Ist das hier schon wieder Elden Ring oder wie? Na gut. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
Sie hätte auch einfach nur Punkt, Punkt, Punkt sagen können.
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Habe ich gerade eine Entscheidung getroffen? Oder...
Your masses mob you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything. A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
Mhm. Das verstehe ich, ja. Remain silent.
But you say nothing.
Wow, the game is reacting directly to my choices. Oh.
You become nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. You are terrified of a power so far beyond you that it strips the meaning from your every action.
Also ich will jetzt hier nicht den Moment ruinieren, aber ich habe ehrlich gesagt keine Ahnung, wovon sie redet.
But at the feet of that power, the dark parts of you cannot help but burn away. Your inadequacies reduced to cinders by the blazing light of the divine.
Ach so, redet sie jetzt über diesen einen Run, wo ich so klein war? Recapt sie jetzt sozusagen meine Journey?
When I proclaimed my godhood
Ja.
and presented you with a place by my side in my new creation, you gladly took it.
Ja, wenn man so eine Stimme hat, hat man ja auch wohl keine Wahl, als sich zu unterwerfen.
Without me, there is no future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into consciousness.
Mhm. Oh Mann, gleich als erstes. Stop the fight early and surrender. Nee, nee, nee. Remain silent, damit sie einfach weiter rambelt. So, welcher Run kommt jetzt? Yes. I clicked the quiet option and she referred to it. How deep?
Your little bear strikes a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
Remain silent. Mal gucken, wie sie darauf reagiert.
Is your unbroken silence a lack of an answer? Or has your understanding begun to move beyond words?
Ja, das ist ja rich von der Person, die permanent am Reden ist, aber okay. Oh no. It all comes back to my broken bones. Did I?
Agency requires action, and action requires endless tapestry of events. In your final moments, would you remove action itself from reality?
Immer wenn ich das Wort Tapestry sehe, muss ich mir automatisch überlegen, ob der Text mit ChatGPT geschrieben wurde. Aber in dem Fall vielleicht nicht. Aber wer weiß. Was hat sie gesagt? Remain silent.
Still, you hide the contours of your heart from me. Brutality splashes you against the walls, but with stubborn defiance you rise again. And with the dance of our conflict, I was brought somewhere new. Without you, my world would have been so small. Do you remember the moment of your triumph? Do you remember the feeling of your blade finally cutting me down? My defeat was a gift. Without obstacles to overcome, we stagnate into nothing.
Na gut. And we've both grown from it, haven't we?
We have. Look at what we are now, and see how small we were then.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving, okay?
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Meint sie damit das Construct? Sehr viele Slay the Princess Options. Ooh. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Jetzt kommt die, wie sagt man? Die Ehrenrunde, das war das Wort, genau. Jetzt kommt die Sache, wo wahrscheinlich alle Stimmen mir dabei helfen, gegen sie zu gewinnen, etc. Oh Mann. Huh. Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Ha. Also ist der Held, also es gibt den Narrator, aka Echo. Es gibt sie. Wie hieß sie? Irgendwas mit Mount. Shape-Shifting Mount. Es gibt mich, den All Quiet und den Helden. Okay. I thought voices weren't allowed here.
Apparently that's not true, but we can worry about it later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence.
Aber was ist, wenn ich sie gar nicht umbringen will?
There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you
Huh?
there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I guess. And I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Oh ja, wenn man aus dem Fenster guckt.
Do you need me to describe things?
Ach. Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, Waking Up to Godhood, das wurde mir nicht richtig conveyed in dieser Visual Novel, aber wie gesagt, das ist eine Visual Novel, da hat man anscheinend nicht viele Optionen für Game Design und ähnliches. Good riddance.
Yeah. He really put us through hell, didn't he?
Ja, er war nur ein bisschen nervig, also so schlimm war das jetzt auch nicht. Enter the basement without the blade.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far.
Ja.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here?
Oh Mann, ey.
First time we heard her voice.
Also, ein Spiel, was vielleicht 50 Stunden geht oder so, wo der Anfang vielleicht sehr memorable ist, da könnte man am Ende sagen, oh, weißt du noch, damals, vor 50 Stunden? Aber in so einer Visual Novel, wo ich alle 10 Minuten diese Treppe runtergehe, kommt das ein bisschen flaccid, aber okay.
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
Wenn das kein Clou war, dann weiß ich auch nicht. Okay.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the stairs.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Hallo.
And there you are, hands empty. So you don't feel like recreating our first meeting detail for detail. I wonder what else will be different. Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
Sit with her. Ich glaube, ich werde ihr die Frage stellen, obwohl ich die Antwort schon kenne. Are you the same as you are out there?
No.
What?
I feel like I'm myself again.
Und wer ist das? Okay, das kam ein bisschen unerwartet. What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Oh je. Take her hand in yours.
Okay
Ich
then.
bin immer noch eine Exe,
Let's
okay.
leave.
Sie lächelt.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Ja. Aber wer ist denn dann the voice of the hero? Weil, also... Weil es ist ja anscheinend mein Eidechsen-Heldenkörper oder was auch immer. Confusing as fuck. Leave with the princess. That was easy. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. Wir sind immer noch in der Cabin, okay. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel her hand tremble in yours. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she's... What? Yet she still is part of the play. And then she crosses the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with her.
This is it. I have no idea what it's gonna be like out there.
Wahrscheinlich eine ganze dunkle Wand voller Namen.
Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen.
Ja.
And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Open the door. Sag ich doch, eine dunkle Wand mit ganz vielen Namen. Goddammit. Ihr Name ist Nicole Goodnight. Das klingt ja fast wie ein Pornoname. Also eine Sache, die ich noch nicht erwähnt habe, das dachte ich mir nämlich schon letztes Mal, als ich die Folge beendet habe und bei Steam geguckt habe, aber ich hatte 14 Achievements, was für eine Visual Novel erstmal viel ist, aber das Spiel hat 97 Achievements. Und deswegen bin ich eigentlich hier in die Folge reingegangen mit der Idee, thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track. Order for a special playlist just for you. If you like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. What? Our song. track order for a special playlist. Mein erster Gedanke war jetzt, dass diese Tracks in der Order abgespielt wurden, je nachdem welchen Story Branch ich benutzt habe, aber I don't get it. Okay, wo war ich? Das Spiel hat 97 Achievements und deswegen dachte ich hier in der anscheinend letzten Folge, dass es nicht die letzte Folge wird, weil wahrscheinlich noch viel kommen wird, aber hier sind die Credits. What? Oh Mann, ey. Ja gut, das ist natürlich, das ist gut.